A very good evening to all of you. Would like to start by wishing everyone a very happy Wildlife Week. Welcome to yet another Zoom call organized by Jungle Bells. Jungle Bells is an exclusive women's wildlife group. We are into wildlife related activities, conservation and wildlife tours. Before we begin, I would like to request all of you to turn your cameras off and switch off your microphones, please. If you have any questions for the guest, please type them in the chat box. We will address them after this talk. Also, if you want to receive further communication from us about our events, please type in your email addresses and phone numbers in the chat box. We are happy to say that we have Sanjay Deshpande of Sanjeevani Developers associated with us. Thank you. Something about our guest of today's webinar, Shalik Zogwe. Our guest for today is an inspiration for common wildlife lovers like us because he has done so much work for Tadoba without actually being in official forest system. He used to be a teacher and gave up the profession to work for the wildlife and locals of Tadoba. He is also a tour operator and an excellent wildlife photographer. There will be 3 parts of the call. Chat with Shalik about his work. Then we will talk to the first lady guide of Tadoba, Shehnaz Beg, for a few minutes. And then Shalik is going to share with us some of his excellent photos and talk about his experiences while clicking them. So over to you, Shalik and Aarti.
Hello, Shalik. Welcome to the Jungle Bells call. I think you need. Okay, there you are.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Great.
We are really looking forward to this chat with you. I think we'll, dive straight into the questions we had in mind, for you. Can we start by, you telling us a little bit about yourself and where you spent your childhood and, a little bit about your personal journey?
Well, first of all, I must say thanks to you, Jungle Bells, that you invited me on this forum and to let the journey of Tadoba come before the audience. So many people, how Tadoba grew up and all. So, well, I'm from a small village very close by to Khadsangi Gate. You know that Navegaon. I think that will be better to give the identity, give the location of my village where I birth and brought up till the age of 6. Later, I moved to a nearby town where I had my schooling. Then I completed my graduation from Nagpur Dharampet College. So far, later I joined, that I was a teacher after completing my graduation in education, post-graduation from education, and then we'll going to talk about it.
Shalik, can you speak up a little?
Okay, my voice is not clear?
It's a little low. Maybe you talk a little louder or yeah.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, a little bit better.
Okay, thank you. And sorry, let me check my audio settings as well. Yeah, it's quite, is it okay now?
Yeah, it's okay now.
Okay, great. So volume was less actually. Okay. So I think what I spoke so far, you listen it, you were able to listen, or shall I repeat?
No, I think we were okay. Just
okay. You listen it. Okay. So that's it. So later on I shifted to Nagpur. Then for graduation, I completed my graduation from Dharampet College, Arts and Commerce College. It's from arts faculty. In fact, I was supposed to be, and I want to be an engineer, but suddenly, and because of some things, I turned towards the arts faculty. But as I told you, I'm from very nearby village to a very popular gate now, and one of the oldest gate of Todobandari Tiger Reserve, that Navegaon Gate. I always had a very good connection with the forest. Means Tadoba our village, my native village, has a very good. It's a corridor to Umred Karandla Wildlife Sanctuary. So always had a very good interaction with the wildlife since my childhood.
Okay, that's great.
Mm.
So, being a teacher by profession, can you tell us, why you felt like doing something for Taroba and for the locals of Taroba, even though you're not, it's not really related to your profession. Um, how come you developed an interest in that?
As long as interest is concerned, I already told you that my own native. Am I audible properly?
Yeah.
Okay. My own native is very much close to Tadoba, or in fact, it's a Tadoba corridor, Tadoba forest attached to my village where I born. So since the childhood, it was something there that I keep visiting forest very often. Even I saw my first tiger on foot when I was almost 9 years old. That was my first sighting, tiger sighting. Yeah. So I keep listening from my mom and dad since childhood that of one of a farm where my dad and mom were used to work. During say like in the evening time itself, in the around 6 o'clock, tigers keeps visiting. So it was too much before actually, maybe around 65, 70, or 70 somewhere around. But I born around 75, so somewhere around say like 80, 84 or somewhere 84 or yeah 84 somewhere around. I saw my first tiger.
Yeah.
So when I joined as a teacher at Gadchandu. There I stayed for almost 5 years, and then for my kids, I had two kids. So my kids' education purpose and all, I shifted to Chandrapur in 2003. In 2003, and before that, I was working. I was a teacher definitely, but at the same time, I was doing some other things as well. So I keep watching some cyberspace here and there. Means I was keep searching for something. Like I was more interested into finance market that time as an investment factor. So while searching some things, I was searching that time for Tadoba, being it's a very wildlife destination, and being from childhood, I keep visiting Tadoba. Means it was a in my childhood, it was a very interesting fact. If you, it's a very interesting fact that if you know or not, I don't know. But Tadoba Lake and the Tadoba God, sometime in my childhood, it was a sort of deity. It's a deity. Tadoba is a god there, and people around the locals used to use that place, Tadoba, like some party place. So I keep visiting in my childhood.
Right.
Yeah. So when I shifted to Chandrapur, again that thing came up, and I started visiting Tadoba very often from 2003 onwards. And when I started searching online how any information about Tadoba, if it is available or not, nothing I found actually, nothing I found. And the frequency of my visits to Tadoba, the moment with the time it was continuously growing and growing and growing, and I found the things were very much messy. Means, there was not proper employment or means tourism was going on. Definitely, there were the facilities inside Tadoba. There was a this dome thing and some forest huts were also there. So I think what they were calling that time, I don't know exactly, but there were the accommodation facility inside the Tadoba, just at the banks of Tadoba Lake. But I found it was not benefiting that much to the locals around. And being so close to Tadoba forest, there were very limited people who were keep visiting Tadoba. That time, what I observed means mostly the people visiting Tadoba were either from Kolkata, then Pune and Mumbai, and very few people from and some people from maybe from Hyderabad. That time Andhra, that times Andhra actually. But number of people were actually very less, and I feel like there was a very huge pressure. I keep sitting. I had some friends that time because of continuous visits and some relatives as well around Mohorli side because I was coming from Chandrapur, so I keep stopping and for tea and all. My friends were there at Mohorli, so it was very much clearly visible to me that there is no proper employment. There are the benefits which can be passed on to the locals that was not there. In fact, those were the days, apart from my teaching activity and investment part of mine, that apart from that, I was very much interested in anti-poaching activities because of since childhood and we see नहीं पसंद था कुछ कोचिंग विचिंग, तो उधर में ज़्यादा आई वॉज एक्टिव, आई वॉज वेरी मच इंटरेस्टेड. But when I started thinking about all these things, the locals, their living, their pressure, their interference in the forest, by that time Tiger Reserve declared and even Andhari Wildlife Sanctuary started working. But even if anyone is there who visited Tadoba way back in 2003, 2004, 2005, they all know that it was allowed to stay during the two safari timings, morning after, in between morning safari and afternoon safari there was that rest time. During that time it was allowed to stay for the day visitor also, outsiders, even though who were not staying at Tadoba Lake, to stay at Tadoba Lake around that area, and they can take the direct safari from Tadoba Lake itself, from Tadoba itself. So actually it was not benefiting to the locals. So I was just thinking what I can do, and how it will be. And there was a theme generating in my mind. And someday I got one post from someone somewhere that there is something like that, and that day something clicked in my mind. And definitely I started working from there. Means, to promote, I decided to reduce the pressure. Definitely there was in my mind, even I'm also one of the sufferer, being a farmer, and I hail from a farmer's family. I'm the first and so far only person who had any government job in the family that time, and which I quit, you told that already to the people. So I do understand the pressure, the interaction of wildlife and human beings, the farmers, the people living around the forest area, how they are feeling. And definitely I was very well acquainted with the problems that the locals facing around. And that was actually the basic problem for the, what I was thinking that time, basic problem for the behind this thing, in the human and wildlife conflict actually. Means wildlife will come to the farms and people will go again in the forest for their necessities, the farming activities, for they need some tea and all. So I decided to reduce this pressure by attaching the people with the wildlife. The thinking was going on, what to do, and I got this solution that instead of looking forward for any government or NGO or anyone, let the people were already coming to Tadoba. But the biggest problem that time was the lack of information available anywhere on the online. So I started providing the information. At the same time, I started interacting with the people who were engaged that time in wildlife, as a guide, as a driver, and all those. And even driver was not the issue that time basically, because even gypsies were not there. Some local sumos and cars and all the vehicles were allowed inside. So I started interacting with the guides. They had all that which were necessary to promote Tadoba. They had, some of them were very much talented. Tadoba wildlife was like anything. It has very big potential. That also I know very well. The only thing that what I done is I bridged that gap of information which was not available for the general tourist and the assistance actually, how to go there, how to book the things, how to reach, because that was the time when nothing was available on internet as long as Tadoba is concerned. If you want to book anything, you need to contact the Tadoba office, and you need to get the things done. So there I bridged that gap. I started promoting Tadoba. I started visiting. I think my first blog came up that time, only during that time when I started posting in this regard. And this way it started. Slowly, tourism started going up. I got first kick in 2008 when, due to some menace or some NTCA regulations and all, Tadoba stay was closed permanently for the tourist. Tadoba in 2008, it was from 31st March 2008 was the last day when tourists were anyways allowed in Tadoba inside. So from 1st of April 2008, tourists were bound to move outside only. They were supposed to stay outside only. And from there, this Mohorli gate was there, Navigao gate was there. Then there was again one more gate. That time now Kotagiri is closed. That time Kotagiri was there, and there was only one resort. Hello.
Oh, yeah, you can continue.
Okay. So that time there was only one resort at Mohorli and one at this place, Khutwanda Gate. So resorts also started coming up. The is a conservation through tourism was the thing which I followed for my entire journey, and luckily I got succeeded. Hello.
Yes, yes, Shalik, we are here. Yeah.
I think
Sorry.
something is some problem is there with me here. Sometimes it's not voice is not
No, no,
audible.
you are audible. I just needed to, switch off the fan because I couldn't hear you well. So,
Okay, my voice is clear or not?
yes, yes.
No.
Okay, okay, okay.
Audience, please, if you have any issues, if he's not audible or if you're not able to hear him, please put it in the chat box so that we will know if there is an issue.
Because again, right now I'm in a remote area, so I'm not sure if the connection, how the connection will be. Okay, so this way the tourism started routing there in Tadoba. The information came out, and the people started asking. I keep helping them, means the schooling, then this thing, and then. But it was at some limit only where the tourism was. Information through my information, people were coming, but that kick actually which needed to boost the tourism. I was very well, I was very well aware of the fact that unless and until we won't be, we won't promote Tadoba as a fantastic wildlife tourism destination on international tourism map, international wildlife tourism map. I was watching the space at Ranthambore, I was watching Bandhavgarh, I was watching Kana, the way they were performing. But at the same time, even though Tadoba has all those potentials, but it was not actually going. It was not a what I can say कि वो उस लेवल पे नहीं जा पा रहा था जहाँ पे उसको होना चाहिए था. तो शायद इसमें मेरी कुछ कमी थी, या शायद उस समय तोड़ोबा को कोई जो पोटेंशियल था उसको एस्टिमेट करने में कुछ लोग गलती कर रहे थे, या कुछ नहीं पहचान पा रहे थे. गलती भी नहीं बोलूंगा मैं, कोई कुछ नहीं पहचान पा रहे थे. द रेगुलर विजिटर्स वेयर देयर विद सम मोर परसेंटेज गोइंग अप, कुछ और भी आ रहे थे. Industry started booming, gypsies started operating, people started getting the employment, there were shops, there were the resorts, and slowly results started coming out. People's pressure, the locals pressure started coming up. The local pressure was not there, and what my dream was to attach the wildlife with the living of the people, to reduce their pressure from wildlife. That was the concept actually, to reduce their pressure from the wildlife, and to attach them, to reduce from the wildlife, from the forest, their interference, and to attach wildlife with the forest, and to let them know, to let them understand that this is the wildlife only. Till the moment it will be there, the forest will be more better and better, the wildlife will be more prosperous, there will be employment, there will be money, it will come out. And nobody is supplying that. It's their talent and the forest which they are preserving. Of course, forest department is also there, means all the stakeholders, forest department and locals. But I personally feel as long as conservation protection activities of any PA area is concerned, it's the local which really can play the major role in and around. Now definitely there are no more any people except some 1.5 village in Tadoba core area, but almost there is no village now. But otherwise that time there were the people only in and around who really can protect and conserve the wildlife. At the same time, their pressure can devastate, can destroy it. But at the same time, if they start protecting it, if they start conserving it, the wildlife can grow, the jungle can grow. And we can see today's Tadoba now, the way people miss almost all the people around the Tadoba area are now benefiting very highly from Tadoba wildlife itself, from the forest itself. Means we can, if anyone is there on this group, means I think Yuraj Da is there, Yuraj Gurjar is also there. Yeah, very nice to see. Hi Yuraj Da. So lot of these people who are visiting Tadoba since long, is they can see the transformation of the villages and the villagers' lifestyle from Tadoba, from the places around Tadoba. The change is visible, clearly visible. It's like anything. It's not about from their homes or how they are wearing now or how they are spending or what they are having now in their asset, but it's from their talks, the way they talk, the way they think. The change is evitable. The change is very clearly seen. In this journey, there were a lot of ups and downs came. Means lot of ups and downs came. Means there were lot of things happen in between. Means I think I should not go there that much deep in those things, but definitely during that journey, in this overall journey, it was really fantastic to see Tadoba growing from particularly from 2006 to 2010, 2004-5 to 2006-7-8 was somewhat the period where Tadoba was settled. From I can definitely say from 1998 to 2002, 2003, it was the Tadoba which transformed to a fantastic wildlife habitat due to some very fantastic officers. Luckily, we have that officer today as a PCCF wildlife. Yes, Kakodkar sir. Kakodkar sir is the person who literally transformed Tadoba into a fantastic. Tadoba has the potential, but he transformed Tadoba like anything. What the Tadoba we can see today? The foundation of that Tadoba, today's Tadoba, was led by Kakodkar sir. Of course, there were the lot of people, lot of tiger trackers from the department and everyone who literally worked like anything. It's not about tourism or the way I promoted it. My thing is just a part of that entire thing, entire workspace where everyone has devoted their time and does all those things. But there were the trackers from department, there were the guards, there were the officers, very dedicated officers, there were the people. My job was very small actually. Means what I done is nothing but just I bridged that gap between the tourists, the people, and the locals.
And you were doing all this while you were teaching? I mean, while you were still working, or had you?
Yes, I told you that that was the period when 2004 to 2006, 7, 8, वगैरह. And again, I told you that I was thinking, there was in my mind that unless and until Tadoba wildlife tourism will not be put on onto international wildlife tourism map, it won't be possible to get that recognition, that level of recognition, which I was comparing with the Ranthambore, Bandhavgarh or Kanha. It was not possible unless I do it. Luckily, I think I hope that fellow is here on our forum now. He's watching this entire program of ours. I met with a person, Dr. Ashish Paude, during that time, and luckily he's the key person in who made me possible to put Tadoba on international wildlife tourism. And by inviting, we bring Harry Marshall, if you know, from Icon Films, Bristol. He was invited to Tadoba, and I was damn confident that he is the man who can do it. Because there was a concept at that time. There was a concept that I do want some commercial sort of some film on Tadoba, and that was done through this person, this very respectable person for me, Mr. Ashish Paude. So he helped me. Harry was there. Then that luckily we had that Secrets of Wild India that you might have seen on NGC and BBC also. Secrets of Wild India. There is one part, Tiger Jungles, that was shot in Tadoba. So that was around 2010-11. That whole thing was happened, and later on, back to back 3-4 more films has come. And again, that was the period. The time when all these things were going on. That time I was serving as a teacher, and till that time, this entire wildlife activity was a part of my conservation through tourism theme. Okay. It was a conservation activity only. That was the time only when we were fighting at the same time against Adani. If anyone know or not, but that time Adani were allotted a coal block at Lohara area, and we people were fighting against Adani, collecting proofs. It was like that madness was there, that my schooling time and the sleeping time, except those 2 times, everything was for Tadoba. All the times and thinking and everything, each and every thought was for Tadoba only. We were thinking about Tadoba. There were a lot of people from Nagpur also, like Mr. Srushti organization particularly. Instead of naming anyone, I will say Srushti organization. Srushti, there is one NGO from Nagpur, Srushti. Okay. So So we were fighting with this Adani, and at the same time, I was trying to promote Tadoba wildlife tourism, and all the things were happening. And then that period came from 2010, particularly from 2010 till 2012. That was the golden period of Tadoba, when there was this literally Tadoba. This, what I was dreaming, I was comparing Tadoba, I was watching Tadoba I was comparing with the Ranthambore, Bandhavgarh, Kana and Pench. And this was the period 2010 to 12 when those people, Ranthambore, Kana, Pench and everyone was looking at Tadoba. Tadoba, that time, those 3 years, Tadoba was Tadoba. So, just to tell you one fact, around 2012, when I was in a safari, I'm not able to recollect exact date, but that was the time when I was in a safari. I personally spotted, of course, including cubs, but I personally spotted 19 tigers, and one of the tourists spotted 26. Can you believe?
Yeah,
Of course, including cubs. So when you start getting Tadoba, you have fantastic birding sites. You got very good birding, very good scene for birding, and everything was there in proper manner. And the best part for Tadoba is it is mostly lies in the flat terrain actually.
okay,
So,
right.
so all these things luckily came together, means promotion, the Tadoba wildlife, the locals, and even the stay facilities inside Tadoba were also put outside, means it was not allowed. And Tadoba tourism and bloom like anything those 3, 4, 5 years. And now Tadoba don't need any recognition.
Yes, absolutely. That's great, Shahid. I mean, we needed someone like you to at least, start promoting it. You always need one person who, is interested in promoting the forest, and then it just grows from there. Of course, the forest officials are doing, their job and doing their best, but an outsider, taking interest and trying to promote a jungle it's really creditable. Can you tell us a little bit about how you, went on to becoming a tour operator from, this journey? I know that you quit your job as a teacher and then decided to do this full time. But then, how did you enter the tourism business, and what's your experience been like promoting, Tadoba wildlife tourism?
Yeah, this is a very interesting question actually. Means I told you that I started providing information to the people through various forums, and that time there were very limited forums actually available. Means the digital क्रांति जो अभी दिखती है वो उस समय तो पक्का नहीं थी. Means now I think the generation who is 10 or 15 years old, I don't think they even know about Orkut anything.
Right.
That was the period when there was Orkut.
Orkut, yes.
And that was the period when there was the beginning of Facebook from 2008 to 2009, around from in India particularly. So I used Orkut that time, and the biggest benefit or biggest forum which I found that time to promote Tadoba, because see, I was very much typical that if I want to promote Tadoba as a wildlife destination, if I want to pass on maximum benefit to the locals, then it was very much clear to me that we need the tourists who will stay there, not they will come for one supper and will go back. I don't want that type of tourist who will come in his car, just have a guide, will go inside and come back. What I want is, I want a tourist who will stay there, who will stay there, who will hire a taxi, who will stay in some resort or some homestay, wherever, and who will hire the gypsy available there. So, you know that tourism, hospitality or tourism industry, when one person moves out of his home, he provides the employment to more than 50 people, actually, directly or indirectly. So that sort of a person I want in Tadoba. So for that, I used that time one forum, India Nature Watch. That was that time. That was the biggest forum that time, where almost all the photographers were posting.
Okay.
Photographers were posting their images, and photographers from the outside world. Outside world means not beyond Todova actually, means, but there were some foreign people as well, but some people who, and if you notice while naming the people from the various cities, I didn't mention the Bangalore. I mentioned Pune, I mentioned Kolkata, I mentioned Mumbai, I mentioned Hyderabad, but I didn't mention Bangalore. Till that time, Bangalore people was not there that much. But just because of this Orkut thing and INW thing, I know it very well. I know it very well that there was a very big community from Bangalore who that time I think IT was a blooming like anything in Bangalore. It started that bloom that was started that IT industry started blooming in Bangalore. So a lot of money was flowing. So I was just looking for all these opportunities, and luckily, this thing that to bring international to bring Tadaba on international world tourism map, I want some film to bring the people staying there for longer time. Definitely, may not be a professional photographer, but they may be very serious type of nature lovers. But definitely, whoever is the serious type of nature lover, or maybe a photographer, or maybe amateur photographer, but everyone has some camera, so I call them photographer. This is a very simple definition of mine. So I don't even, I'm not a photographer so far. Okay, but okay, so once these people will come, so to showcase the potential of Tadoba, to bring the potential, it's not about just providing the information what is Tadoba and all those, because till that time we had the constant number of 40-45 tigers in Tadoba, but it was plus minus 2-3 here and there, but this was a constant number. So I started posting on various forums like this thing, and INW, mostly the INW. At that time, INW was the place where you can see the activities across India, pan India, in which park, what is happening, what are the sightings and all. So luckily, the kick we got, first kick about Tadoba. And see, one more thing I must say, and I must admit that it was not only me who promoted Tadoba. There were the people. There are other stakeholders as well. There were other operators also there who promoted Tadoba. But with that madness and only thing that conservation through tourism and all, I was there definitely, no doubt. So I was posting about Tadoba everywhere, and one image that I shot in monsoon. I shot in monsoon, I think monsoon 2010 or something, and just near to that Morley Gate, now the present exit of Telia, there is a Nala, it was full of water that time. That entire patch was, and I got that image along with my friend. And I don't know how to. I never thought, I never thought anything, but suddenly the caption came in my mind: reflection of prosperous future, and I posted with that image. So first time something clicked in photographer's mind that Tadoba can be a destination, very good destination. The real kick we got for Tadoba was the image when I clicked operate tigress, subred tigress chasing a gore fawn. Subsequently, the mother successfully saved the calf. Sorry, not fawn, sorry, calf. It was a calf, mother gore calf. And that time the scene was such, that time that even I shot that image from Santro, Hyundai Santro. But from there, when I posted that image on INW, immediately Tadoba got noticed by all the wildlife photographers. Everybody started talking about Tadoba, and that time it was the first documentation, so up close documentation of tiger chasing gore. And flow started coming in.
Oh.
Then you asked how I turned to be a wildlife tour operator.
Right.
I personally never. I never thought of being a wildlife tour operator. But as I told you that I started providing information about the Tadoba, the bookings. That time there was only place that MTDC. Sadly, I should not say, but I must say that because during that time when in 2008 when Tadoba, or before 2008 also sometimes, when the people stayed at MTDC, they know and they experience the local management of MTDC that time, how the things were managed by some manager actually. So, and there was no option that time beyond MTDC, because MTDC was the best place to stay, and that was the affordable and most economical place. And of course, it's a government place. It has a very fantastic location as well. So I was providing the information to the people. I was helping them. Even I personally keep going to Todova very often, even though I am maintaining my own schedule to see them, to meet them, to share the experiences with them, to know their experience, how they are feeling, if there is any problem from the people serving, maybe from the hotel people or maybe from the guide or driver or anyone, if there is any problem. So I keep helping them. Means, I was organizing proper people with them who are knowledgeable according to their interest. If you are a birder, then I used to arrange with them very proper guide having very fantastic knowledge of birding. So accordingly, then again, during this time itself, when I personally keep going inside, I was studying these all the talented one people, the guides and drivers, all those people, to plan a game, means play game safari, means how to plan the safari, means how to serve the interest of the tourist, how to provide them the information and all. Means definitely they were very well they were very well. They had a very nice knowledge of their own field, but to plan a very particular thing is again very different thing. So I started providing all this information कि पहले ये पूछो गेस्ट को कि सर वेलकम वगैरह बोलने के बाद में जो तुम्हारा रेगुलर फॉर्मेट है कि सर व्हाट आपका इंटरेस्ट क्या है, आर यू बर्डर और आर यू, ये सब बोलो उनको समझाओ कि सर हमको अगर मैमल्स में ज़्यादा ध्यान देना है तो हम बर्ड्स को ज़्यादा टारगेट नहीं कर सकेंगे या देख नहीं पाएंगे क्योंकि बर्ड्स ऊपर और मैमल्स नीचे, नीचे देखना है तो बर्ड्स नहीं दिखेंगे, ऊपर देखेंगे तो नीचे पगमर्स नहीं दिखेंगे. सो सिंपल. क्योंकि बाद में शायद कई बार ऐसा आई एक्सपीरियंस पर्सनली दैट लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स इट हैपन दैट अ क्लाइंट वेयर complaining that he had not shown us the bird, and when I inquired with the guides that why it happened, what was the problem, then they were telling me sir वो तो बोल रहे थे कि टाइगर ही देखना है, और सर टाइगर देखना है तो मैं बर्ड कहाँ से देखूंगा, दिख गया गलती से तो दिखा दिया, नहीं दिखा तो मैं तो नीचे पगमर्स देख रहा था, कुछ कॉल सुनने की कोशिश कर रहा था, ऊपर कहाँ से दिखूंगा सर. So then means with the experience all these things keep coming to me with the experience means, and all these things, the organizing a trip, the experiences, then how the hotel staff should behave, at least basic things. I'm nowhere. I already told you that I'm from a very traditional farmers family, even not that much rich, even nothing actually, means in a remote area, means I don't have any particular any experience of all these things. So all these things people were telling me what are their expectation, what least thing can be done, means at least the washroom should be very clear, the bed sheets will be must be very clean, and all those basic things. That was the period of Todova. So I was conveying their expectation to the staff, telling them how to get it done. They were doing that, and with the hand in hand, tourists, the stakeholders, and me, the things were keep going on. So while operating all these things, one day I got a call from one very good fellow from Mumbai, and he was telling me that ये इधर का जिप्सी जार बड़ा कंडम है, पुराना है, why don't you buy one gypsy, थोड़ा खरीद लो तो at least. And I was not actually interested. I was saying that I'm not here to do any business or any professional thing. I'm here to conservation through tourism thing, simple thing, instead of talking again a lot of words. So he's saying, okay, but at least if you'll buy one gypsy, you'll be providing employment to at least some one person. And that thing clicked my mind. So I bought first gypsy, and it's very funny what I say, funny or what, but I sold my flat to buy first gypsy. That time I was owning a flat, so I sold my flat to buy gypsy. I don't have that much money that time, so I sold my flat, I bought first gypsy, and this way I started. Means by that time, all the expenses that were incurring on providing all these services to the people, most of the part means I was charging say like I think some 200 rupees extra per safari booking and all, or something or more, or even less than that. But most of my expenses for wildlife, this conservation for me, were coming from that started coming from that gypsy. So this way people keep asking, keep starting, and I started to ask me book everything, the hotel and this thing. And so slowly then this NGC thing came out, and then by that time am I audible properly? Okay, so by that time I also realized now this is too much. Means I was so much busy and involved in this thing, means that Adani thing, that conservation thing, that way my interest in anti-poaching and all the things literally left behind, and my major activity left remain was this wildlife, jungle, tadoba, and all these things. So then I started thinking that I was actually not able to concentrate fully at any one particular thing. Means I was a teacher, and I started literally liking that profession very much. Means I worked like anything in teaching as well, for particularly for first 5, 6, 7 years. Means even there were the tribal students who are now working as a teachers and lecturers, who don't know even the ABCD of. They were not able to count those 26 alphabets of English. And now it's okay that I done something there also, but now this was the time when I had to decide where to go, where to concentrate fully. And luckily that was the time when my wife also support me a lot. It took only just 5 minutes when I think so it was somewhere around January, yeah, January 2012, when I came one day back to home from school and asked my wife, यार it's too much हो गया अभी नहीं जाने का है, नहीं करने का है. So and it just 2 minutes of dialogue, she said something, and just it's got final in just five. मेरे दिमाग में आ रहा था, ये सब हो रहा था कि मुझे नहीं करना है अभी, तो इसको भी छोड़ना है. वाइल्ड लाइफ में छोड़ नहीं सकता था. एंड with the time I also came to know that wildlife is there for me. I'm there for wildlife actually. Means this is my passion. This is the thing which I really wish to live. Means that was the time when for so many times it happened during before 2010-11, before leaving the job. Almost it was happening that even for 4 days, 5 days, I was not going to home on the way at Chandrapur. Means from Tadoba, I will go straight to my school. From school, I will go straight back to Tadoba. Wife is there on the way, but I was not going. Sort of thing. That madness was there. That
Right.
people were supporting, and then I decided. And by the time, definitely, as I told you, that people made me operator. They were. I had a very proper database and everything. And finally, I decided to quit. And the day I quit, the next day I was a tour operator officially.
Okay, that's great. Wonderful. I guess, support of your spouse is extremely important in this. So, yeah, so she let you quit your teaching job and do this full time. So that's wonderful.
Definitely there. I must say, means even so far, she never had any objection on my activities. Means, it was like anything. Means I got a perfect partner
Yeah, great.
who tolerated me like anything.
Cool. So, can you tell us how you got interested in wildlife photography, and why is it that we don't see too many of your images anywhere on social media or in any wildlife magazines? Before you answer, Shalik, I would just like to recognize that Alok Kumar sir, the PCCF of Madhya Pradesh, has joined us on our call. Thank you, sir, for joining us today.
Alok sir, good evening. Of course, I'm not able to hear you, but good evening, sir. And Alok Kumar sir is also one of the person. Luckily, it's my great pleasure to see all these people available here in this forum actually, who literally impacted my life, in my journey in wildlife. I still remember when Alok sir was a field director to Pench. Means a lot of time I was comparing Pench also, how to get it developed, but what to do about Tadoba and all those things. So that time Alok sir was a field director to Pench actually. Even some months before I had a talk with Alok Kumar sir. Okay, anyway, so this your second question is very interesting, and I got a lot of times too much of complaints from my known ones, my clients. So I don't say clients because I never had any client. I always had the friends actually.
Friends, yeah.
Yeah, because he remains client till the moment he reaches me. The moment we met, we always remain a friend, as a friend. So become a friend, sorry. So it was, sorry, I was telling you your second question is very interesting because a lot of times I kept asking by the people that where are you? Do you have your cameras or you sold it out or you mortgage it somewhere? We don't see your any of the image or why you're not posting and all. So this is the answer to even those people also if they are available here. As I told you that I use lot of forums for promotion of Todoba. And being a teacher, definitely I had somewhere in my mind that picture speaks 1,000 words, definitely. But I was not that much serious about photography that time. I was just providing the information. I was very much limited to providing the information. But one very good day, I got a call from Mumbai. Yeah, that guy was from Mumbai only. Yeah, Mumbai, asking me whatever sir you are telling, whatever you are speaking, and the way you are projecting, you're projecting the Todoba's potential before the world.
Mhm.
Are there any images which you can show us? And definitely, I didn't had anything by that time.
Right.
We never had any camera in our entire family. Even today, except the mobile cameras, I'm the only person in my family who has the camera. Even today. So this question, and being a teacher, I know it very well that what is the importance of a picture. Lack of information, lack of photography knowledge. I went straight to local shop and bought a Handycam. I still remember Sony 6080 something, that DVD camera, thinking that I will get some videos as well and some photographs also I will be able to click. I started clicking. Definitely, I started clicking, and my very initial post, very first of the post, I started posting on the forums or various forums that were even they are even now it is available on INW if it is there. So I started posting the images. Then this immediately I came to know some people started telling me that everything is good, but this camera is not good. Then I bought another camera, then another camera, then one more fellow from Aurangabad, Mr. Muresh, he helped me a lot. He's also conservationist and running an NGO in Aurangabad. He is doing very good work in the field of wildlife. So he helped me with my first DSLR. From there, the journey started. With his camera, when he provided, I got enormous opportunities to click the fantastic of the images. But every time I miss, just because of I didn't had that time the proper lens, and I was definitely not trained. That much technical knowledge I don't had that time. I don't have that time. So, but I was very well aware of, and even people that time started coming to me. They keep telling me that boss, you need this some different lens. This is not that much. That I think Tamron 18 to 50 lens or 200 some lens, non-IS, not any. It didn't have any image stabilization thing. So I decided that I will not go inside the forest now unless I will not get new lens.
Okay.
Unless and until I will not get any new lens, I will not go into the forest. That was sure to me. And somehow I managed, and I got my first lens, that 300 mm f4 Canon. Even that was a time when I really can't afford, I can't buy Canon. I was intended to be, but I couldn't buy Canon 100 400. So, and I had the camera body of Canon only. So I bought Canon 300 mm f4, and the first major image that came out from that image was that tiger charging gaur image.
So that's from your 300 lens.
Yes, that's from that 300 mm f4. And that day, again, that is the technical thing that I got to know, that prime is prime, but it has the limitations, and the body, as long as body is concerned, camera body is concerned, I need some better body, because that time I was using Canon 400D, I think, yeah, Canon 400D. Its FPS rate and all was very low. I was sitting in the car, and so a lot of limitations were there, but still I managed to get it somehow. And finally, that was the image which, when I posted on the INW, and somebody copied that image and posted on their name, and so that चोरा चोरी वाला काम चालू हो गया ऑनलाइन पे, और फिर मैंने वो इमेज वहां से निकाल डाला. The moment I removed that image from INW, the thread itself started, who removed the image and what happened and all, and even personally the moderators or the admins, even that time Sudhir Shivram, who literally need to reply all those people, and he called me that time that, hey boss, what happened? Why do you remove the image and all? So my target was click that time, that lens, that photography thing, and फिर वो थोड़ा सा वाइल्ड लाइफ फोटोग्राफी का नशा चढ़ता गया, images आती गई, and I got blessed. Means I never had to do any photography course anywhere because the photographers, the best of the people from Indian wildlife photography, they keep started coming to Tadoba.
Right.
We remained together, and once the session was done, they were telling me how to do it, and I was with them.
That's wonderful.
The answer to your one of the question, your question in the same, that why I don't post the images on any forum or any competition. While serving the people, while helping the people, I got the camera that I already told you. I got the camera to promote Tadoba, to depict, to visualize the potential of Tadoba and bring it before the world. That was my ultimate aim. And even today, I never, I never thought of, and even today, I never thought of to establish myself as a photographer. Never. This is one other thing, but the major thing, the most important thing which always stop me from entering into any competition or anywhere, that almost all the images, 99.99% of the images which I clicked so far, that always was with someone whom I was helping, whom I was helping. So definitely up to 2009-10, I didn't charge too much to anyone, or it was not a that much sort of professional thing. But after 2012, it was a professional thing, definitely. Up to 2012, it was a professional thing. So I personally feel that being a service provider, it's my duty to provide the services, of course, to provide the best of the chances, to help him get the best of the images out of the Tadoba wildlife or from anywhere, while while without disturbing any wildlife or any say means while remaining by remaining into the that wildlife frame actually means what the rules and regulations. The habitat where I literally work so since so many years, we always had a definitely means each and every nook and corner of that Tadoba, all the roads and everywhere I know in which year, where from which place, if any animal or bird is coming out from where you will get the best of the images, that everything, being a we are very much frequent, so we know that all. So I personally think that it's the privilege and the right of the tourist who paid for that.
So the people, watching this program are going to be fortunate to see a few of your images here today. And let's, go straight to that. And we would love to hear about your experiences. So I'm going to share a screen and we can.
Yes. We'll love to. Yeah, you got the real kick.
This is the first, yes, we were just talking about this and
Yes,
it's just
yes,
a,
yes, yes, yes. This is the
wonderful image.
yeah, yeah. This is the thing. So this is the image which is close to my heart and always will be.
Right.
This
This
is
is the
the
one you've taken from the Santro with your 300
yeah,
lens.
yeah. This is the image which literally gave me recognition.
Mhm.
The world started recognizing me as a wildlife photographer. This is the image. I think this was the 12th 12th opportunity when I click. Before that, I missed 11 opportunities. Just a few minutes before I told you, just because of the lack of the proper equipment, I was missing the fantastic opportunities continuously. So it was the 12th time when I clicked this image. 12th, continuously, it was the 12th tiger charge which I witnessed that time. And that was the day when I was not supposed to go to Tadoba, definitely not. One of my friend from Chandrapur, who is an officer in Indian Oil, he forced me to come back, to come with him, join him, and that was the time. That time, the going in Tadoba, getting the permit and or entry was not a difficult thing. Means you walk to the gate and you will get the permit, sort of thing.
Mhm.
It was not a big task that time. So we drew in his car to Tadoba. Definitely the specific guide was there with me. I already called him to wait for us and we are coming. So we are just roaming here and there, and at a place near this image is shot at Yenbudi, Mohorli Yenbudi. There is a water hole, Mohorli Yenbudi. There this image was shot. So we were roaming around that Yenbudi area, and that was the time when one of him from Chandrapur, who was also there inside, he told me that just now a sloth bear cross, and it may go to Yenbudi water hole. On this information, we headed to Yenbudi water hole, and we were just waiting. Everyone left. Sloth bear was not coming, and suddenly guide noticed some movement in the grass. Behind the tigress, there was a water hole. There is a water hole, and there is a grass also. This is the okay. Leave it. Explaining those entire thing. So guide noticed something. We saw tigress there. There was a herd of this thing. Complete group of gores was there. This calf was also there, and a tigress was not actually. It was not. I personally feel that tigress was not intended to be. But when she even stood up very clearly, even then these gores didn't actually notice her. And suddenly she made up her mind when we noticed that she started crawling. By the time, anticipating that she may charge, I took some record shots. I started taking some record shots, compositions, and where I should place and all. I was sitting at the back side of my Santro, and definitely थोड़ा सर बाहर निकाल के गाड़ी के बाहर वो करना ही पड़ा. So, and that too, it was extremely difficult because I done it through the left side of my left side. I'm right-handed person actually, so it was very difficult to get it done through the left side and all. So, but we took the help from from my friend. He parked the vehicle accordingly, and it happened. Suddenly, she started charging like anything.
Okay.
Just because of the limitations of 300 mm prime. This is almost a full frame image. Almost means almost maybe 2-3% crop is there, but otherwise not. Almost a full frame image. So I miss a lot and I got a lot. I miss a lot and I got a lot. If it would have been some zoom lens, it would have been a fantastic documentation of a tigress charging the Indian Gore Cup that time, in way back in 2000, I think 19 that time.
Right. Right. Cool. Go to the next one.
This is one more. For this image, actually, when I posted, or I think I reposted, that time I was asked to come to office by the then field director. Actually, that time Tadova was closed during monsoons. When he saw that image, and he was doubtful about if I click, how I click this image, how I click this image. So I told him, and luckily I had my laptop that time with me. So I told him that I shot during this time. This was the time when I was there with one of my very close friends from Nagpur. He was the very frequent visitor to Todaba during that time, and we were inside. This is the mother of tigress. I don't remember exactly, but she was pregnant that time. Before that, she was pregnant, but her litter was killed actually. But second time again, she was pregnant. And we got the calls. We were almost about to move out of the park. It was the exit time was almost very much closer, and we were going towards the Morley gate. There is Telia exit. If you went to Todoba anytime from Morley gate, there is a very beautiful lake named Telia. Now it is one way. So from where we exit on the main road, just ahead of 15 to 100 meters ahead, there is first down of that Telia Nala, and sorry, not Telia Nala, and then again there is up, and then again there is down, second down, while going towards Morley gate. There I got this image. She started. We got the call. It was regular. Nothing fantastic was there, but the image was very fantastic. Just because she was started walking towards crossing the road, crossing all this patch. And then in between both the trees are still there. If you can visualize, if you go to Todoba anytime, both the trees are still intact there. If you'll be lucky, you may get the tiger also.
Yes, the clarity of the image is wonderful.
Yeah, that 3D impact is there definitely. So, oh my goodness. This lady made us. I think one of our friend, the person who was there with me while clicking this image, he's now attending this session. Mr. Srivardhan Galpati, are you there? Srivardhan, he was there with me. Srivardhan, me, and our guide Nilkant, along with driver Praveen, we were moving inside. It was winter time actually. It was winter time, and before that one incident happened, and since then Srivardhan started sitting on the front seat beside the driver only. So that day when this image was clicked, I was on the middle seat all alone. Behind me on the rear seat there was a guide. Guide name was Nilkant was there. We again that started moving onto that Yenbodi road. This image was click on Yenbodi road, around that Yenbodi area only, and it was dark, pretty dark. Means sunrise and sunset timings were not followed that time that much. So park was opening even in a very proper, very early morning actually. So it was dark that time. So we were rolling the car very slowly we were rolling because of the darkness. And that time, if anyone, now you will not find that Yenbudi line that much thick. Earlier it was like anything. Means so whoever visited Tadoba, even till 5-6 years before, or even 3-4 years before that time, that Morley Yenbudi road was like it's a thick foliage continuously. Means so you can go from there. So we heard something like kar, 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 and all of a sudden guide and me both look back at the same time, and both just mumbled, charge.
No.
How the guide came from the rear seat to my seat, he also don't know how he came. The last thing which I was we were able to saw was Tigris was so up close. Actually, we had done nothing that day. Means what happened exactly means we didn't make any mistake. Means we were rolling very slowly. It was dark. We were the only vehicle, and suddenly this Tigress came from behind and started chasing the car. The last thing which I was able to see was she was almost close to the rear gate of the gypsy. Means, but still there was a difference of around 5 to 6 feet. But then she herself only stopped chasing, and I asked the driver, "Don't run, don't do anything, just be normal." Praveen done very fantastic job. Praveen is now a guide. I must tell you, Praveen is now a fantastic guide. Now he's working. He's working as a guide from Kolara Gate. Praveen Jambue. So he was driving that time, and she stopped charging, and she settled after some time, and there was light. We left her alone, all alone. We moved away from her. In between that main road to Yenbodi waterhole, in between she sat for some time. She settled. We were waiting at the waterhole. She didn't come. That time it was not one way. So we again came back and saw her sitting there. This is the image that time. She was continuously looking at us, but she was pretty normal that time. No anger was shown.
That's when you click the image.
Yeah, that was the time when I clicked her. Yeah, the father of Morley Wildlife Tourism, Yada Anna. We call it like that. This was his pet name. He got Yada Anna just because of he was a very fantastic tiger. Very nice he was. Very nice. Very gentle one. That was the period when Tadoba tourism was something different than today's Tadoba wildlife tourism. Today, all the water holes around the main road are closed. They are now shifted to inside areas. This was the period when, in fact, that entire wildlife road, that entire road which literally starts from Chandrapur city itself, where just at maybe around 100, 200 meters or 300 meters away, there is a Tadoba field director's office even today. From there, this starts and ends to my own village, nearby to my village only. That straight road from Tadoba, which enters from Morley Gate and ends at Navegao Gate. That straight road was the lifeline, and the best sightings were happening that on this road just because of this water. This time was at the waterhole number 4 of that time. This was the first time when any vehicle, it disturbed a tiger, how the reaction can be. This time, this was the incident when I first time observed. It literally so much gone so aggressive. You can see the reaction from one.
Yes, expression.
There was a Tavera. There was a Tavera just beside me. Some tourists were there in that Tavera. Something happened. He might have switched on the headlight or something happened, and this tiger gone very angry. It's too angry gone actually. And this was the since then only we started and we started discussing banning the private vehicles inside. And lot of such incidences happen which lead Todova management and we the people to ban private vehicles inside. So this is the father of now famous world famous tiger Wagdo.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, this is the
great.
father. Yeah. Since my own journey in Tadoba, this is the most beautiful tiger I ever seen.
Surely, yeah. I mean, he's huge too, very
Yeah,
big.
it was very huge it was. Okay, next
Yeah,
please.
I'm trying. Okay.
Oh, circuit gang. This is from the circuit family.
Okay.
The kids of Yadanna. The kids of these are the they were the four there were the four cubs that time. One of them is still survive, still living. You
Oh,
might know or yeah, you know all that famous tigress Tara,
yes. Yes.
famous tigress Tara, and her own son Chota Matka and all those. So Tara belongs to this family, and this is the one cub circuit. This is the first tiger when I literally cried when it died nearby that. If you go to Morley now from Nagpur, you will cross that gate at Kondegao. After that Kondegao gate, there is an area near just before there is one resort Sarai. When it died, he was such a playful and fantastic and very bold cub that okay, that was the first time memories. But this was shot in a lush green in monsoon actually that time. It was monsoon.
Yeah.
It was very fantastic to see all these customers. He was a model. He was a model. He keeps coming and doing something. भैया ये करो लो फोटो लो कितना लेते हो लो sort of the way now Maya behaves a lot of times. This was
Hmm.
that was doing that time.
Posing for a
Yeah, it was
photo.
it is a model actually. Very bold he was.
Wonderful.
If would have if nothing fatal would have been done with him, he would have been the king of Tadoba. I'm damn sure.
Oh, okay.
Okay, next clip. Circuit. Same guy. I told you, the model. Keep clicking me, boss. Salam alaikum. Sort of thing.
Yes,
Circuit.
that pose looks like.
Circuit only. Circuit. Call him circuit actually. The milk cup. The son of Yadanna. Next. Yeah, the childhood of Maya. This is this the tigress the world knows as Maya now.
Oh,
The typical from Tadoba in her childhood. She was also like this. If it is a kid from Morley range that time, now it's Maya from her childhood. Very playful, very naughty, always unpredictable. Means it's very even today. Even I had after I'm very much interested into tiger's behavior pattern actually.
no.
So even now we are not able to predict Maya exactly. Means, it's very difficult to predict her what she will do. She can stun anyone at any time, anywhere. Means we can't actually guess what she will do. Means I think we'll see it also. She can do it. Even while shooting this image, I was with Mr. Dr. Manoj Sindagi from Bangalore, and suddenly started doing sniffing the tree and all, and suddenly what came into my mind, I don't know, but I immediately shouted and telling Dr. Sindagi, sir, she will jump, get ready. And before he definitely being the Tadubian, I know my habitat and my equipment was very much small, means that 300 mm is a very small lens actually, if you know 300 mm f4 is a small lens and small camera. So I immediately I made myself ready and she jumped on this tree. This image created a lot of havoc on the this online digital media also. Where people started following me, saying that this is the image. Actually, tiger is not climbing; it's walking on the tree. I only done what I done is I just rotated that image to show that tiger is climbing the tree. This is the fire line behind that water number 2 of Pandraponi.
Oh,
Yeah, you can still this tree is still there. The next image. Oh, Prakash Da.
that's a leopard.
Yeah, Prakash Da. This is the there were I told you that in my earlier session about Tadova promotion and all, there were a lot of ups and downs, lot of things happen in Tadova. Like once when it was almost one of the officers tried. I will not blame anyone, but there might be a lot of officers or whatever. But they tried to stop gypsies going inside the park. Means they were banning the gypsy. They were so I know that if the gypsies or open vehicles will not be there inside, then the serious type of tourists will never come. Nobody wants to go inside in pack vehicle like sumo or anything. So okay, so such lot of ups and downs and lot of people who inspired me, who impacted my life, whom I'm really impressed is still. I'm today also I'm very much attached with the Anand one, Shitaltai and all. This was the time when I went to Hemal Kasa when me and my one of my friend Abhinav we were shooting for Raja Productions one documentary for there was a program that time I think I will tell you the name of that program if you remember. We were shooting for that program from Nagjira, Navegaon, Tadoba, Himalkasa and everything. It was not about only Tadoba or only tiger or wildlife. We were shooting for that and in the same course we went to Himalkasa. When we went to Himalkasa, we had the interaction in the morning with Prakash Da. That time, this is the leopard cub. You can see here. Its name is Lakshmi. That time it was a small cub. I think from Nanded or Nashik somewhere they got
Okay.
their orphanage. So everybody knows about Prakash Da. I don't need to explain. Means I'm not. I don't think I'm capable of explaining Prakash Da's work anywhere at all. Definitely, he's that much great personality. So we were just talking, and the same time Prakash Da released Lakshmi there, and suddenly I found Lakshmi started running towards me. She started running towards me. Prakash Da was standing somewhere around maybe 10-15 feet away from me. We were talking. Lakshmi was free, and she started running towards me. My immediate reaction, I didn't. वो मैंने ऐसा सोच के नहीं किया था, but my immediate reaction was Prakash Da was observing everything. He was very silent, very cool. I immediately sat down. Instead of running away here and there, I immediately sat down. मैं बैठा वहाँ पे. She came. She put both the legs, front legs on my both the shoulders. Her face may be somewhere around my some ear, maybe here or this thing. तो वहाँ पे था. She stand and I was very gently touching her head. And then I look at Prakash Da and ask Prakash Da, can I hold her? I asked for his permission. He said, yeah, you can, no issue. So I hold her, and then Prakash Da, then after some time, Prakash Da, then some things happened, and then maybe because of some reasons, she later on got disturbed, and मुझे भी थोड़ा एक तो नखुन मार दिया, प्रकाश दा को भी एक दे दिया. When I asked Prakash Da, I still remember those words. Shalik, you were saying in Marathi that you are made for wildlife. You are confident. You are confident. And I can see. And this, he said, when I asked him, what happened actually? Means when she came to me, I hold her, she was very much comfortable with me. And why she later on got unsettled? Why she disturbed? Why she's angry? I still remember, this is very touching moment for me in my entire wildlife career. He said, छोटा सा बाल कभी बघितलं का? एक छोटा बच्चा कभी देखा है जो माँ कभी होल्ड करती है, या जो whoever जिसको intense that care, that love is there, that trust is there. When even that kid, that small baby start crying and the mother holds, it stops crying. वो एक दो दिन के बच्चे को पता नहीं होता है कि मेरी माँ है, या ये मेरी मौसी है, या ये मेरी ये है, but difference comes from that trust, that feeling, that energy which starts. Means, the way he explained me, he told me, if you if there is a fear in your mind, the way it increases, जैसे जैसा बढ़ता जाएगा वैसा वैसा you start shivering. बट ऐसा नहीं कि तेरे दिमाग में फियर है तो भी तू शिवर ही करेगा, जरूरी नहीं है. बट वो जो एक वेव होती है, जो एक ये होता है बॉडी के, इंसान के बॉडी में, मतलब दैट वाइब्रेशन एनिमल्स कैन फील. So he said that confidence, that love, that utmost love is there with you. You should not leave wildlife. You should be there always and forever. So,
Wonderful.
and the best part is this image is clicked by my driver that time. Santosh was there. He clicked that image. It was a fantastic experience, very close to my heart. And luckily, this is the first time when any forum saw this image, me holding any wild animal in my hand. Actually, it's not wild definitely, but the first time I show this image to anyone.
Oh, wonderful. Thanks for sharing it with us.
Yeah, the first time actually. Or yeah.
No.
Again, Maya.
I think this is a series, right, of 3 images. So maybe I'll play them and then you can talk about them.
This is the series of total almost 18 to 20 images.
Yeah.
This is the series of total almost 18 to 20 images. But sadly, I was intended to show you all the persons who attended this session and all. But I told you that because of some restrictions due to heavy rains and my personal laptop is not there with me, and even the hard disk, I'm able to share with you only these 3 images. So
very happy to see even these.
Yeah. So this is again while shooting this image, that time me and Dr. Ashish Paude, I think he's there online. Actually, he's attending our forum. Or maybe he or I don't know, he or his wife Vivian Lee is there. Okay, maybe her ID he's using. But this was the time we were inside. I still remember it was 6th of November, 6th November 2014. We were just reluctantly going. We two only were there in the car, keeping camera there. There was a very big queue at Pandraponi. If anyone of you visited Tadoba, there is a road coming from Tadoba Lake to Pandraponi number 1. On that road, all the vehicles were lined up. Lot of leading photographers and known wildlife photographers from India were present there. The vehicles were lined up in the lineup two vehicles on the same road. This tigress was sitting very silently. Everybody clicked it. We also clicked that image. We also clicked that. There beside her, there was एक ऐसा गड्ढा था, वहां पे बैठी थी शांति से. बाद में वहां से उठी, सभी व्हीकल्स के सामने आकर बैठी. देयर इज अ फॉरेस्ट ट्रैकर, फॉरेस्ट गार्ड मिस्टर वर्बे वाज देयर, हु वाज monitoring the vehicles and maintaining the was trying his best to avoid any disturbance to the tigress. She was very silent, she was very cool. She sat on the road. She sat on the exactly same place, if you remember, where one of very famous image from Tadoba came out, shot by my fellow photographer and very close friend of mine. That Maya with cat, even a postal ticket also come out on that. Amol Bhai shot that image. On the same place she sat, and then she started walking towards the middle, very calm. There were some chickles around there, but nobody guessed that she will do anything. So all the vehicles will line up. Me and Dr. Ashish, we thought, yeah, what to do here in this crowd? We'll go and settle somewhere else. So this was the very best example of any game planning or anything. So we had some possibilities. We discussed, me and Dr. Ashish discussed and guide that what can happen if she will move from, if she will go back, if she will move forward, if she will go that way. 3-4 possibilities we discussed. And we finally settled at one possibility that we'll stay here, leaving all that crowd behind. We'll remain silent. So we are the only vehicle staying there. We're waiting at some other place, maybe around 100 meters away or 200 meters away. We're waiting there for the moment, and this tigress came out. Without any intention, she started walking, and suddenly she saw something in the grass, and it's a very sad part actually that I couldn't show up you those images. If those all the images would have been there, it would have been a fantastic total scene, total moment scene of this tiger chase.
Right.
15 images are there in a click. So this time that 300 was not there, and camera was also pretty fast. It was happy. So I was able to get all those 18 images. So suddenly she started chasing, and I was watching her, maybe definitely from my viewpoint only, but I had the complete track of her from the first from the first capture till the last. You can see the bird here.
Right.
This bird was present there throughout the entire scene. We started the way she started making up the animal. Means this fawn was running. If you remember, this bird is there no, in this frame.
Mhm.
She started chasing from behind this bird. She came like this way, and the timing. I can observe very clearly the timing. I can very clearly see that how she make up, how tigers are so perfect guessing the movement, the speed of their prey and all. She finally made all the movement. She came very close to the tigers, and she put her paw just in front of that. Miss, this fawn just jumped and settled in her paw in the air itself. She caught it in the air. Such a perfection. Entire that her tail movement and everything we were witnessing, we were watching, all those images are there. So she just raised her hand and she caught in the air itself.
Wonderful.
She caught and she released. She released. We just turned, छोड़ दे इसको.
Mhm.
And she stood still actually, very much still actually. She stood. She was not doing anything. She was just waiting. She was just waiting.
Wonderful.
She was just waiting. Then she started playing with that fawn. And ultimately, by that time, the time was over. So we are supposed to move out. So we left the place. But till the moment before killing, or if she killed or what happened, we don't know exactly later. But till the moment when we left that place, the fawn was alive.
Oh,
It was alive.
wonderful.
And she was playing with that.
Yeah, she just played with it.
She was just playing. This is the
Super.
tigers. Yeah. Next.
I think that is it, Charlie.
Okay.
Wonderful images, and it was really great to hear all your experiences. Makes us miss the forest. No one's been able to travel, in the last 6 to 8 months. So, now surely I think a lot of people watching will want to go and visit, and definitely Tadoba will be first on our list for sure.
Tadoba is still raw. Definitely, it's still raw and must visit. It must be visited. It's very
Yes,
fantastic park.
absolutely. Thank you so much, Alec, for joining us today and for telling us all about your work that you have done for Taroba. And it clearly shows that if you have a passion for something, you can find the time and you can always make time for your passion. So thank you so much for joining us. We would also like to thank Sanjay Deshpande of Sanjeevani Builders for being our mentor and for supporting us, throughout this venture. And also thank you so much for all our viewers for joining us today. And we hope that you will continue supporting us on all our calls. Um, our next session is going to be with Mr. Moi Pokim, who is a retired PCCF, and he's going to talk about the Seven Sisters of India and the forests over there. So please do join us. We'll publish the date of the program soon. So thank you once again for joining us, viewers, and thank you, Shalik.
My
Have a
pleasure.
good night.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Jungle Bells, for inviting me. Thank you very much.